If you do not have time to do what you love, this video is for you. Stay with me, and I'll help you find over 10 extra hours a week using one simple time audit chart that I am giving to you for free so that you can have time to do what you love. For the longest time for me, life became so busy. I became a mom, I went back to school, I'm trying to find my feet, and somehow my YouTube channel literally took a backseat, which I did not like. I realized that at the end of the day, I would feel so busy, but still ask myself, what did I do today? So I did a time audit. Okay, Dupe, what is a time audit? A time audit is the process of tracking and analyzing how you spend your time over a set period of time to understand your habits, identify your inefficiencies, and improve productivity. Basically, pay attention to where your time goes instead of where you think it goes. That is it. Now, I do not position myself as a perfectionist. I am a work in progress myself, but I have managed to see through where my time goes and make adjustments to make them more effective for me. This is the same chart I used when I thought I didn't have time for YouTube. But now I'm posting weekly again with zero help, and I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. Go to my description and download this chart right now because you're going to need it. This is the time chart that will help you expose your hidden time wasters. You have set of instructions up here, but when you look at the chart as a whole by itself, you will see that on the left hand side are previewed activities that typically we all go through like every single day. So they are categorized, and there is sleep, grooming body, then there is work, and there is the necessity category, there is fun, leisure, because we all need fun in our life, Abby. The last part is the other part that typically does not fall into a category like that for everybody. The rest of the columns there are days of the week, and then on the last column there you're going to see total. I'm going to explain what's going to happen shortly, and when you look down here you're also going to see total daily hours accounted for, maximum 24 hours, and I'm just going to explain all of that right now. Step one, you need to track your time for 7 days. This is how you're going to do it. When you read the instruction here, it says record how you spend your time each day in units of 0.25 hours, and that is 50 minutes. Then total each day you've completed. You need to ask yourself question, does it add up to more or less than 24 hours here? So every day of the week you're going to record how much time you spend on each activity that you have on this chart. And if there are activities that doesn't fall into this, or there are activities that you typically do not do here, you can just cancel that out and replace it with whatever activity you want to replace it with. Now, this is how you're going to record it. Let's say you sleep for 9 hours. That is going to be 9 divided by 0.25, and you're going to write 36 here. Commuting to work takes 2 hours, and that is 8 units. Just going to write 8 units here. So at the end of the day, we are going to total this. I should actually have 96 units here. Plus 1 plus 12 plus 8. I have 97. So the question now is it more, is it less? If it is less, that means there is something that you did not account for in your 24 hours. If it is more, that means there is something that has been doubled or inflated. Okay, for this video, I'm just going to delete this one so that I can have 96. So 96 and multiply this by 0.25. Equal that is going to give us 24 hours. So this is exactly what you're going to do each day of the week that you decide that you want to do this. And at the end of the week, let's say you do 5 days or 7 days, you're going to come to this side here and put a total here for each activity so that you can see which activities you're actually spending more time on, which activities are you spending less time on, which activity is draining you on a daily basis. This is where transformation begins, because in step two, we are analyzing the information that we got from step one. And we are going to be sorting this information into three categories, that is keep, build, and drain. What you're going to do here is to go through all of the activities that you have on your chart and you label them. So you can just circle out or shade them in different colors. You need to decide which one are keep because they are the important things that you definitely need to do daily. They are non-negotiables, like you're sleeping, like going to work. They are important to you. Then look at another one, which is build. Build are the things that actually move your life forward, like your personal development, your spiritual life. They literally build you. When you want to learn new things, you're reading, journaling, they literally just move your life forward. And the last one is drain. Drain are the activities that takes your time. They typically do not fall into keep, neither do they fall into build. They are just other things. They may also be things that usually just make you feel worse or feel guilty when you are through with them. Like, okay, I feel like I just wasted time doing this. So where you have the keep, you write K there or you color shade it. When you have build, you write B there or you color shade it. Where you have drains, you write D there or you just color shade it. When you're going through your drain, I would like for you to keep this in mind. This is not about judging yourself. No, no, no. We are not doing this so that you can judge yourself. Because we are humans. We all have drain time. But the reason we are doing this is to make sure that we are distributing our time or redistribute our time to where it really matters so that we can have time to do other things that we want to do. So once you've done all the labeling, keep time, build time, drain time, once you've labeled all of your activities, you need to like step back a bit and ask yourself some reflection questions like, where is most of my time going right now? Do I see more keep and drain than build? Is there anything here that surprises me? Where exactly did time disappear when looking at this chart? What did not match my priorities? Where can I reclaim time? What do I need more time for? You can even explore specific areas like how much time is spent on work related activities, including entire work section. How much time do you spend on social media, the internet as a whole, or just screen time on your phone? How much quality time you have with the people you love, the people that matters to you, and how much fun do you have, because we all need fun in our life. Also, how are you taking time for yourself, nurturing yourself? How much time do you spend on your personal and life development? What do you now do with the data that you have? That is step three. Now we are going to be making a shift in our day. You will use the data that you just discovered to redesign your weekly routine. So this is what you're going to be doing. You will look at all of your drain activities and determine how much time you can cut off from some of these activities and allocate them to a different area of your life, like build. Or maybe you can use that time to start up any project that you want to do. Maybe you need to spend more time with your family. Maybe you have a professional course that you should have done, but you keep telling yourself that where is the time? So look at all of the drain activities that you have and decide how much time you can remove from some of these activities, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, and put them where they belong. Then you also need to think of what can you delegate. Maybe there are some activities that are just taking your time, you're not even supposed to be doing them. Maybe you need to delegate those to someone else. Look, every day you look, where can I drain some time from some of these draining activities this week that I can put to build? That is it, basically it. Look at your drain activities. You spend 2 hours on social media. Maybe you want to take out 30 minutes from social media and put it where you need to study for an exam that you think you do not have time for, or because you need to start a new hobby that you really enjoy. Your only job is to move some drain time into build time. Simple. Next thing you're going to do is to allocate time for all of your non-negotiables and your build. Then go to Google Calendar and block off time for these activities. If you want to see how I time block on my activities, I already have a video detailing all of that. I do not want to go through that in this video, so this video doesn't become too long. Let's say you want to have time for your family. Just go on your Google Calendar and create a block of time. Mine is from 5. I have different time for family, but the major one is like in the evening, and there is like 5 to 8 for family, where we have dinner, we clean up and do all of those things. That is it for family. And I also have time that I allocated for deep work session. My deep work section goes side by side with my son's nap time. And then I have this time in the morning at 5 to 8 a.m. in the morning is literally for me. So whatever time I wake up around that period, I just need to get up and get some things done. The goal is to be able to do as much as I can before my son wakes up. So for you, you may not need to wake up at 5 a.m. Okay, you just need to drain time for some of the things that you did around the day and just allocate it to somewhere else. Then block those time off on your Google Calendar and stay with it. Stay with it. To keep this going, I recommend a little weekly ritual. So once a week, maybe evening or even like maybe Monday morning or anything, just take like few minutes of your time to review your calendar and ask what felt good this past week, what really drained me this past week. Then decide on one little change that you're going to try this new week. You don't have to get it perfect. It is not cast in stone. You just have to keep getting a little bit more honest and a little bit more intentional with yourself. You can literally start any day of the week. If you're watching this video on Sunday, just start the following day. If you're watching this video on Wednesday, start on Thursday. You do not have to wait till the Monday to start. You can start any day of the week. You don't need perfection. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just need to be able to account for each activities that you did. If you get to like day 5, you should be seeing pattern already. So day 5 is okay. You may want to stop at that time, but day 7 is actually ideal so that you can account for weekends as well. You can actually like grab a book and a pen, keep it beside you so that you can note whatever it is that you're doing at that moment. If you forget, that is okay. Your memory is sharp. You can always think back. Hour ago to hours ago, what were you doing? How long did you think that activity takes? Even if you were on the phone making a call, if you're watching TV, scrolling endlessly on TikTok, watching this YouTube video, you need to account for the time spent on every single activity that you did throughout the whole day. You can set an alarm to remind you when to write this down. If you want to do every hour, that's okay. If you want to do every 2 hours, just decide on what is not going to put so much pressure on you, but you will still remember to count for each activities that you have done. When I did this, I realized that no matter the time that I wake up, whether 5 or 6 a.m., I remain in bed and press my phone till I was ready to get up for the day. And that can be 60 minutes or 120 minutes. And the same thing happens at night because before I sleep, I will be like, oh, let me just go through social media, what is going on and all that. Phone and tell myself I'm just going to keep scrolling on this phone till I sleep off. That is the lie that I tell myself. So what I did was that I did not say no, I'm not going to use social media anymore because that is not realistic for me. I am a content creator. I will always be on social media. But what I can do is to control my screen time. So I decided I was going to spend only 2 hours on social media each day. And now the time I cut off is the reason why I have been consistently posting on this YouTube channel lately. Since I am an early riser, when I wake up, I just go straight to my office, do my morning routine, then start planning, cooking up something for the channel. That is it. So the time I was using to press my phone, I channeled it into something else. And at night, I either spend the time reading a book before I sleep or just lay down till I sleep. Honestly, guys, I am not even lying to you. There was a day that I tried to calculate this. I wish I wrote it down somewhere. I have cut off about 65% of time spent on social media day. Guys, I'll be able to like do YouTube, post on TikTok, do this, do that. And I still take care of my home. I have time for my son and being a nice wife too. But I must tell you, it wasn't easy cutting down social media drastically like I did. I simply set a time limit on Instagram for 45 minutes and TikTok for 1 hour. Then took 2 steps further. One, by setting the social media limit of 1 hour 30 minutes on my phone. So once I spend a total of 1 hour 30, my phone locks me out. Initially, it was 2 hours, so I dropped it to 1 hour 30 minutes because I realized that 2 hours was too much. Secondly, my bedtime is 9 p.m. And when that starts, my phone goes gray. I already set it. It's going to go gray, and not going to have access to any app on my phone except the ones I want to have access to. And it will be like that till like 6 a.m. in the morning. The rest of my apps are going to be accessible to me, but my social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all of those ones, they will not be accessible to me until 8 a.m. I was very deliberate. It's the intentionality for me. But then I really wanted YouTube and I want to get back to doing what I love. So I needed to go that hard on myself. If you're going to try this, comment time audit below so I know you are in. Then make sure that you download your free time chart from the description, or I'm going to pin it in the comments so you can easily find it. I advise that you print this out. That is going to be easier for you to fill in. Otherwise, you can keep the digital one. It is in PDF format, and you can just grab like a small notebook or a jotter where you write things down daily, then you transfer it at the end of the day. Alternatively, if you need the Google Sheet version, let me know in the comments and I'm going to create the link for you. Remember, track your time, sort it out into keep, build, and drain. Then make a little shift by draining some of your low value tasks and put them into build. Now that is it for this video, guys. If this video is helpful, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to see you all in another one. Bye, guys.